Hello people, welcome to a Minecraft vid. Today I am going to tell you how to automate immersive railroading trains. At the moment the only thing you can do is you can only run one train on a line. So when I say on a line, this and this is classified as one line because it merges into one here. So, long thing short, what you need is you need a NOT gate, which is one of these things. You need a state cell, which is this thing. You need redstone. You need a redstone torch. You need a redstone comparator. You also need redstone potentiometer. Don't quote me on the spelling of that. Redstone wire, connector, and of course the immersive hammer. Okay, so up here you'll notice I've got 1, 2, 3 augments. Okay, so these augments are in your immersive railroading. So this locomotive control here and the detector. You want to use your redstone torch, set this, so you just right click on it and set it to detect stock. This one is throttle forward, this one is brake. So once you've done that, you want to link up your things just how I've done here. Alright, so what happens is it detects the train, which causes the NOT gate to disable the timer, and this one applies the brake, which the paintometer has. So the higher this is set, the harder the brake will come on. So obviously, depending where you want the train to stop is where you set this. So the lower you set it, the longer it's going to take for the train to stop. The higher you set it, the quicker it will stop. Now I'll explain later how you get the train to this stage, because there's a lot more involved than just what's here. So pretty much you put in this format and that's how you fit it through. So you have your output here, your output connects to your NOT gate, your NOT gate connects to your timer, right? So your timer is the complete cycle, so how long the train stays there before it accelerates off. So I've got 45 seconds for mine because I fill mine up with water and coal. This here, this timer, is how long the brake stays off. So what that means is that this here applies a brake to the locomotive, which stops it from going. Yeah, so as an example, train's here now. So train's there, see it stops. Alright, see that's turning. When that clicks to there, this will go. So when it goes all the way around, so once the 45 seconds are up, this will turn. This will enable a redstone signal through here, causing the train to accelerate forward. So you'll see it click. When it comes all the way back around to this here, you'll see it click, and then this will move, causing the train to accelerate. Yep, so now see how it's active. And train zooms off. So, and then it turns off. See, then it turns off. So what it does is it applies a signal to all this, which then applies signal to the output. Now where I found it difficult was I originally had this connector here and connected it up. But what it does is as you go through the redstone, it gives you different power levels, yeah? So here it'll be 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah? If you have it here, then your power is 13. So it makes the throttle go really high, which means the train will just wheel spin. So you've got to give it lower power so that the throttle on the locomotive doesn't make the train wheel spin, so it gets traction. Alright? So that's how you do this. You set these two, see that's output, input, input. And over here it's the opposite. That's input, this is output. Yeah? So that's how you set this up. This is set to comparator mode, not subtractor, and I'll explain why. Alright. So this is the start function. Now what we need to slow down the train is a whole bunch of these. Now redstone's not very friendly. There's a lot you've got to do to get this particular system to work. So what it is, it's a augment, and then a detect speed augment. Once I've explained down here, I'll go up and show you. So what you've got is you've got a NOT gate here, you've got a subtractor, redstone comparator here, and you have a potentiometer. So what this does is this sets the speed of what the loco should be when it hits this. So my recommendation is to have these about 20 blocks apart from each other. So what it does is when the train hits it at a certain, if it hits above this threshold, so this is set to power of 5, if the train is at power of 6 and up, it will regulate the speed as if it was traveling at the power of 5. The throttle was at power of 5. So what you've got to do is you've got to apply many of these along the length of the track so that the said train will slow down. So how I've set it is this is output, this is output, this is output, and of course that's input, input, input. So what it does is it detects the speed of the train, it comes in here, it subtracts from what this power level is, and then it puts a signal out here applying the brake if it doesn't work. So what I've done is, as you can see, there's one there, there's another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here, and if you go out, there's another one here, another one here, and another 5 along here. Alright? So how fast you want the train to go determines, how fast the train is going to determines how many of these particular stations you need. I have my steam trains doing excess of about 100 kilometers an hour. So this is how many stations I've had, and they're 20 blocks apart. This one I haven't connected up because I didn't need it. So I set it all up, had it all running, didn't work. There's a train now. So you see the train go up, you'll see it slow down. Train slows down and then it will come to a stop. See, that overshot a little bit. So maybe I do need that first section. So alright, what I'll do is I'll set one up here so you guys can see what it looks like. I shall get a locomotive control. I shall get a speed detector, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go whack, whack, and then whack. I'm going to set that to detect speed. This is going to be set to throttle forward, and this is going to be set to brake. So what that does is it detects the speed of the locomotive. If it is going too fast, it will turn this off, put this on and apply the brake. Then if it detects by the next one that it is still going too fast than what I've set here, it will keep the brake applied. Yeah? So it'll keep doing that until it senses that the train is going at the desired speed. So if I somehow get here and this train is slowed too much, what happens is that this will stay active and the throttle will turn back on. So the train won't stop sooner than intended. It'll always go over unless you stop it too quickly, too fast. So I generally recommend starting this at like 6 is a good 6 is a good number to start off with, because I run 8 as a power when accelerating the locomotive. All depends on each person's specific usage and the speed that the train is travelling and how many of these you need. So this one, because the train travels so quick, I need so many of these. As I put in more stations, that might change. But that's pretty much how to slow the train down, and then this sort of stuff. What I've also done to regulate the speed is because this just turns the throttle out like full max. I don't want the train to go max speed. I want it to go at a set speed. So once it takes off, I increase it to a power of 8, which I do via redstone potentiometer, a comparator, redstone itself, a connector in input mode, and then a connector in output mode, which is connected to a augment which I have placed here, and I've set that to throttle forward. So that will allow you to set your locomotive speed once it has left the station. Now you can put this here, you can put this up here, you can put 3 or 4 of them along and increase your locomotive speed by 1 power at a time, rather than just increasing it from 6 to 8. You can go 6, 7 and then 8. That will obviously give you a bit more realism. For the purpose of this exercise, I've just done it like that. So this is the Challenger I have been working on, automated. This side isn't automated yet. The other side of where I load the coal is. What I've done here is I've got coal taken out of these hoppers, goes in the ducts, along here, up here, and into the top of the coal. So what we'll do is I'll show you how this works another time. At the moment, we'll jump in our Challenger and we shall go for a drive. So what I've done here is I have I've also set another augment up here, which you'll see on your right hand side. So this area here, that's also another augment that sets the speed of the loco. I've got to configure it so it has proper input outputs. But I'm pulling like 20 cars, I think, with this, and this steamer can do it quite easily. This is a Challenger designed by the legend 550. Brilliant designer, really puts in a lot of effort into his designs. I'll put a link to his Patreon below in the description, so if you guys want some models, that sort of stuff, check him out. He does commissions. Pretty good guy. So I'll probably get up to about 55, 60 Ks in this. It's got a top speed of 110, but because I haven't pulled the throttle, we won't get up to that speed. But what you will see is as we approach our stop, you'll see a whole bunch of things on the left hand side again, with hatches. That's where all my stops are. You'll notice there's substantially less on this one. I think the other one I've had 6, I think I had 12. I think here I've got maybe 5 or 6. Purely based on because I'm going a lot slower, I don't need so many of them. So you'll see there's one here, just after this beam. So there, see the brakes applied? Brake's still on, brake's still on, brake is off. And then I'll brake again, up here. Oh wait, no, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. So why didn't that work? Let's see why it didn't work. So this didn't stop the train. Wait, wrong one. So we came in too fast, and this didn't stop the train. Okay, we need to work out why this doesn't work. Alright, so we'll leave this here for now. Biggest problem with this is working out why. The biggest problem I find is the troubleshooting side of things. All you've got to do is just make a change, run a train on it and test it. That's really all you can do. So we have the comet here. I've started doing this side with the same thing. Same thing. So output, output, input, output, input, input. Your pentameter, your comparator in comparator mode, your state cell, your timer, your knock gate, and redstone wire. What we'll do now is we will find our train, which comes from this way, and we'll jump on it so you guys can see what happens to the brakes and acceleration and all that jazz. And yeah, look, it's taken me quite a while. To be honest, I haven't thought of this all by myself. One of the guys I know, Andrew Boot, he's helped me quite a bit. He's from the IR Discord channel, so if you guys want to check that out, there'll also be a description in there. I jump on a server with him, and he's given me a lot of help with doing this. I've sort of just refined it a bit more for my personal use. Where is this J class? It's pretty far down the line. Still going. We're going to come across it sooner or later. Are we going the right way? Are we going the right way? Where's this train? Where is it? Must have just left the station. There it is. Okay, so what's happened is that the loco slowed down too much. Sorry, not enough, and that has caused it to overshoot the stop, which means that it doesn't turn the brake off. So it leaves the brake on, but it'll apply the throttle. So that's bad. So the way to fix that is that we need to stop our train sooner. Yeah? Which means the one that I just connected up just now should solve the problem. So there's two ways you can do it. stop the train earlier or slow down the speed of your train. Will also solve that problem. Yeah. So what we'll do now is we'll just go for a cruise in J-Class. Hopefully it won't take us too long. So when we stop, you guys can see what happens to the throttle and the brake down the bottom left hand side of the screen. We're usually doing about 100 k's. So what I'll do is I'll speed up so that we're doing more so the speed that we should be doing, so that we get a more accurate. I'd rather be going too fast than not fast enough to know if it works or not. So we're only carrying three coaches here. I know they're English coaches being pulled by an American train, or British coaches pulled by an American train, but that doesn't matter. For the sake of this exercise, we'll pretend they're, we'll pretend they're Norfolk and Wesley coaches. Alright, so we should be coming up through our second station. This layout is absolutely not reminiscent of anything I've seen. It's just a layout I planted down. But yeah, this is a great mod. The guys are always working on it. There's heaps of new features being worked on. I'm pretty gobsmacked at the sort of stuff that these guys plan to do with the mod eventually. Like everything, it takes time. These guys don't get paid to do this. They do it for their love of the game and their love of modding. So it'll take time to do. And just where it's coming, like the last 12 months, has been huge anyway. So definitely keen to see what happens. Encourage you guys to download it, jump in the Discord. There's a frequently asked questions page there. You guys are pretty good, they'll help you out. If they don't answer you straight away, give them some time, you're all busy. And of course I'm happy to help out wherever I can as well. So this is where, so we'll go around the corner and we will apply brakes, and the throttle should go to the middle, which is right now. So you see the brakes go on, see it detects. Okay, so see the brake didn't go on then. So it's going, see train, okay, so train's going way too fast, yeah? Yep, so train's going way too fast. So what that means is that these stops here, these are 6, I believe. So they're 5. So what we want to do is we want to make that 4. Yeah? So we make that 4. And we make that 4. And that should help solve our problem. We'll make that 5. We'll close this. So we'll make that 5. We'll make that 5. We shall make that 5. Make that 5. And this last one, we shall make 4. Yeah? We'll make it 3. This one can be 4. Right, now that should help. That should stop the logo. See, all it is trial and error. Right, you can't, there's no, I'd love to say there's a mathematical equation as to how this works. If there is, someone let me know, I'd love to know. But I don't think there is. It's just a matter of trial and error. So start with 5 of these. If the train doesn't stop, put more. As I said, generally start at 6, depending how fast your train is going and how fast or slow you wish to approach the said station. We'll make it a bit easy here, so we're in daytime, and we will give us some clear weather. So let's go train hunting and find our train again. And we'll see if this improves our thing. Sorry for the background noise. If it is pretty terrible, I will probably record this video, but hopefully you guys can still hear me. If not, it'll give me an excuse. Oh, here's our train. If not, it'll give me an If not, it'll give me an excuse to make another video. This is going to be another station eventually, right here, and I'll do the same setup. I'll have augments there, train will stop, off it'll go again, yada yada yada. So what that'll do, that will slow my train down even further, yeah? Because it will have to stop and then start again and pick up speed. So all these that we're coming up to now will become obsolete and they won't work anymore. I'll just delete them, or I'll leave them there and they just won't do anything. I'll leave them there in case I decide to run an express train, which will skip that station and just go straight through. I'm yet to work out how to do signals. That's the next thing on my agenda. Alright, so we're doing 107. We did what we were doing 111 last time, so we're a little bit slower this time. Let's see what happens. So brake, 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 no brake, no brake, brake. Okay, now we're going too slow. Alright. we're going too slow. Alright, so what do? We changed this one, didn't we? So that's going to be 6. That's going to be 5. And that's going to be 5. Yeah. So it'll get to here and then stop. Because it was going a bit slow, I think it fell a bit short. So I don't know if it will take off. We'll wait and see. Yep, there we go. Train takes off. Oh, there you guys have it. This is my guide on automating trains. If you guys have any questions, post a link in the comments. You can also find me on the IR Discord. Happy to help out there. And yeah, take care guys, and good luck with your locos. Bye.